You may not be making money, but you still have that hope. Keep your hope, never give up. Like, those are my gems.
Welcome to the Entrepreneur Newbie, or as we like to call it, 10 Podcasts, where we have real stories, real startups, and real success. I'm your host, Davina Shorter, and I am here to guide you through your journey of entrepreneurship. Each week, we'll have different entrepreneurs from various industries who are gracious enough to share their startup story. They'll share their ups, their downs, and everything in between. So if you're thinking about starting your own venture, or you're just interested in hearing the startups of these entrepreneurs, then you are in the right place. So grab a pen and paper, settle in. Let's go on this journey into entrepreneurship. Without further ado, let's dive right in.
You know you gotta tell them about the Virgo whole thing and what
Okay. Before we even start.
We might laugh, we might cry, we might.
Okay, before we even start. Tiara's just like, let's jump on a call. What should I expect? What should I wear? Should I bring this? Should I bring that? And I'm just like, I got this, right? So she's just, list. Like, should I bring cameras? Like, girl, I got cameras, girl. Should I bring this? So, and she come here. It was just like, watching my twin. I'm like, she's so extra, right? I'm like, she's just so, it's just weird. I know I'm extra, but to watch somebody else that's extra is so funny. So I'm like, I just had to ask, like, when is your birthday?
September 22nd.
So she's a Virgo, so everything makes sense at that point. Like, it was just like, oh, you should have lived with that. Like, you're just Virgoing. Like,
yes.
A Virgo was just Virgoing, so we're best friends now. Okay.
Yes, okay. Catch that.
Okay, started.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody, welcome back to 10 Podcasts, where we talk about everything business and entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Davina Shorter. And today, if you are a professional, an entrepreneur, or just someone trying to increase your productivity, you are in the right place, because today I have productivity coach Tiara Beecham in the building.
Woo! Hello, everyone. So you know I have to start off by giving you your flowers.
Oh, because she's so extra. I would do that.
So I definitely wanted to give you a gift, and thank you for having me on the 10 Podcast.
I appreciate
You
this.
are welcome. You definitely got some
this
self-care goodies. Yes.
Oh, this is so nice. And you're the self-care guru, so I just can't wait to talk about all of that. This is so nice.
Thank
you. Okay, so just in case people are like under a rock or whatever, introduce yourself. Let us know what you do.
Absolutely. So my name is Coach T, or you can call me Coach Tiara. I am the productivity coach. I help student leaders and professionals get more done in less time. And what that looks like is my 90-minute blueprint workshops. They are virtual, they are in person. I have candid clarity calls before I make someone a client, because we may not be a good fit for each other. So we have to get clarity, see what it is that you need help with, and see what it is that I offer. And then if it's a go, it's a go. Yeah.
Okay. Just in case people may not know, or just a clear definition of like productivity, like what is it? Why do we need it? How does that help people?
A productivity coach is someone that helps you get to your destination. That's why you need it. So say if you are someone that's a real highly productive, highly functioning person, however, you're just struggling to get to your destination. That's where a productivity coach comes in at, and that's why you would need it. So say, for example, if Davina wanted to take the podcast to the next level, the 10 Podcasts, but you didn't know exactly how to do that. As a productivity coach, I will come in and I will help you flush out all of your thoughts in regards to the 10 Podcasts and put some little blueprints on there. Like, hey, these are the steps that you should take to get your podcast to the next level, and I see this for you. So I'm gonna just tell you, because you know what? I'm a firm believer that some things that you get are free and some things you just gotta pay for. So what I see for the 10 podcast immediately, like Keith Lee, you know how he goes around and he does reviews on restaurants and things like that. I automatically seen that in the 10 podcast setting, like going around, getting in touch with entrepreneurs, highlighting them in their business, their brand, and, you know, giving a review, like, even if you come from a customer perspective or you're just going in like, hey, I want to know what you do. I think that it's a phenomenal thing to do with a podcast, and especially highlighting all people of colors, because there are a lot of Black businesses right now, West and South Side. So that was free game.
Thank you. Look at God just ask if you shall receive. God just, we what, a minute in, and y'all break that down, okay? We in the streets, right. We taking this on the road. I received that.
Yeah. So what you think about that? That little snip of coaching.
I like that.
Yeah.
I would explore that.
Yeah.
You know, especially the part about meeting someone where they are seeing where they are, their day-to-day, their business or whatever, gives a bit more of insight, you know. So I received that. Send me your invoice, okay?
Thank you.
Can you tell me just about your journey of becoming a productivity coach?
Absolutely. So my journey actually started with me being an author. And I know that we're going to tap into that later or right now. So I wrote my first book. I did the deep inner work on myself. And I said, you know what? I have to figure out what my roadblocks are. And a lot of my roadblocks was on my trauma. And I know that's a word that we like throw around a lot, but it's prevalent, right? And so for me, I don't want to throw that word around a lot because I am a productive person. So in order to get to productivity, I had to dig into my inner self and say, what's causing me my roadblocks? A lot of it was trauma. Trauma with things that happened to me when I was younger, trauma with relationships with my family members, romantic trauma, let's be clear. Being a young mom, I was a mom at 17 years old, so just going to therapy and tapping into that. Workplace issues that I struggled with, being a young Black female working in corporate America where I don't see a lot of people that look like me. So I had to tap into that, and that made me write my first book about my life, because a lot of people didn't understand me. Like you, a Virgo, you know, we are high achievers. Like we search for perfection, but not necessarily. Like we give grace, but we are perfectionist people. We want to do our best, right? And so with that being said, when I tapped into my inner self, I was like, I want to write a book about my life, because people don't even understand me. They don't know why I go so hard. They don't know why I'm extra. Family was like the first people, like those are your first points of contact. They don't even understand why I'm extra, because they don't know what happened to me when I was little. You know, they don't know why I'm going hard. They don't know, you know, I had a baby at 17 and I got talked about badly and poorly. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing and navigating life how I'm navigating. And so that's where this book came in, Little Girl Never Sit on a Man's Lap. And I won't go into super details about it because you can just get the book. I'm not ashamed of anything though. And I think when I wrote this book about my life, it still came with trauma, because people wasn't expecting it. They were like, oh, are you going to be like, I think the show is Greenleaf. Don't quote me because I don't watch a lot of TV. But they were like, are you going to be like the dark-skinned, I think it's a dark-skinned lady on Greenleaf that wrote the book, and they were mad at her. So I was like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. But if that's how you want to receive it, yes, I'm writing a book about my life and the things that happened to me and why I go so hard. So yeah. So that was like the birth of me realizing my inner strengths, right? I was able to self-publish my own biography. Period. By myself. Period. Okay. Let's toast to that. Toast to that. I was able to put on a book signing, a live one, and I had over 80 people there. Nice. I had a panel of speakers, so I had therapists there. I had just regular people that grew up with me and went to grammar school with me there. And I had a panel of people. I had a team of people helping me with sales at the live event, because some people purchased their book before, some people purchased it there. I had t-shirts as well. And when I saw the impact of that, people came out and listened to me. I was like, you know what? I got to do something with this, because my community suffering because we don't have voices and we're not speaking up. And when I threw that event, it told me that we need this and we need to see this more. We're not seeing enough. And so my inner strength said, okay, class valedictorian, 8th grade, little girl, had to speak in front of, I would say it was at least 300 people in the room as an 8th grader, right? At church, I'm a religious woman. I firmly believe in God. I'm being the announcer, so announcing the things that's going on in a church and praise dance and sing. I'm doing all these things, and I see the response I get from the crowd. Like, it made people draw towards me. So I said, okay, when I put myself on paper, who am I? I'm a productivity coach. I motivate people. That's where it came from. Nice. I hope I answered your question.
So what I got from that was the importance of doing the deep work on yourself first, healing yourself first, understanding your roadblocks, and with that, you were able to take what you did to help other people. And now I'm sure, you have probably like templates or things developed that just by everything that you've done, all of the mistakes that you made, that you can help a lot of people prevent some of the things or whatever.
Absolutely. One is teenage pregnancy. Absolutely. One is teenage pregnancy, but beyond that, just making life harder for yourself. Being a young girl, not really being sophisticated enough to be doing any of the things that I was doing. You make it 10 times harder for yourself. I want to help some people make it easy. I'm not here to make your life hard.
It's so funny that you say that. Both of us being a Virgo, and when you say, a teen parent and going so hard, I was a teen parent, and that's why I go so, like, if Virgo was right here, yes, because it's like, no, you're not going to put me in this category. Yes. I have to succeed. I have to, so I understand that.
How old were you when you had a dream?
I was 18.
18. Okay,
yes.
So 1 year older than me, but still a teen. And so you understand exactly what I'm saying.
Exactly.
You grow up faster, right? You're getting criticized a lot,
especially if you're in the church.
And you have this kid. It wasn't normal at then, right? And so then you're trying to juggle being a mom, still trying to be that A student, right? Still trying to reach your goals, and then you have this little person that you have to grow up. So you got to grow up, and you got to grow this little person up with. That is a lot. It's overwhelming.
And not wanting to be a statistic.
Yes.
So you have to go harder than everybody, because you're not going to put me in this category as this single parent. I have to prove myself. I have to succeed.
Yes, and I talk a lot about that actually in Little Girl Sit on a Man's Lap. What the statistics were when I had a child and what they said about me. 1, I was not going to go to college. 2, I was going to be poor working at McDonald's on Section A and welfare. Well, we're not going to have that. I am not a statistic. I am a sister, a black one at that. That's against statistics. I feel like, if you tell yourself, I'm only going to work at McDonald's, that's what you're going to do. But if you tell yourself, no, I want to go to college. I want to get my certification to be an entrepreneur. Whatever it is, whatever you tell yourself, that's what you're going to be. So we have to start speaking highly of ourselves. We have to start using, and I know the word is so generic, affirmations. But beyond that, we have to start praying to God. God, this is who you said I am. Allow me to be that. Allow me to complete my life mission. And my life mission is a productivity coach. It's that.
Love it.
It's that.
Can you, I guess, walk us through the steps or the template, or like what does that look like?
Yes. So I definitely created a downloadable ebook on how to become a coach thanks to you. And so you see how we bouncing that energy off each other. And that's what I like in life coaching. I'm not authoritative over you, right? I don't have no authority over you. We are more like partners, right? And you pay me to push you to where you need to be, to get to that destination, right? And if you are truly investing in yourself, you won't think about what you pay me. You're thinking about you. Because at the end of the day, it's just like therapy. I had to pay my therapy, my therapist, but at the end of the day, I had to get away with something. And my therapist, I love them. When I came in the door, they was like, well, what is it that you want to get from me? Because ultimately, it's you. I'm just here as your partner. And so the downloadable ebook that I created is just 4 simple steps, because I wanted to make it easy as possible and not put roadblocks in your way and make you think that it's not possible. And I'm free to share that. It's a free downloadable ebook for any of your viewers who want that, if you want that. But the first thing you have to do is research, right? Research and accredited. I believe in accreditations. I do. I firmly believe in them. Research an accredited institution that interests you, right? So whatever you want to be a coach on, whether it's a career coach, a spiritual coach, a mental health coach, a HR coach, a real estate coach, whatever type of coach you want to be, research an accredited institution for that. For me, my certification is in life and business. So I pretty much can coach from any standpoint. But some people like to tailor theirs to one. That's not me, because I believe I have all strengths and all things, that I don't like to box myself in with anything. Just tell me and I can customize a blueprint for you. That's the type of coach I am. So accredited institution first, right? Enroll. So the first institution, I'm very transparent about numbers and things. I don't have anything. I paid like $199 for my first accreditation. It was a 12-week program, self-paced, and you do it on your own. You do have like teachers and professors that you can go back and forth with via chat online. You have a virtual classroom where you can collaborate with other students, but it's 12 weeks self-paced, and you get a certification from an accredited institution. That was IAP Career Colleges. So that's the name of my first one. And then my second one came from like a mentorship program. And that was a 6-month program. You have 30 days of coursework. That one was $1,997. And so for me, that's nothing. Break that down 6 months. You're paying $300 and something a month for phenomenal coaching that's gonna take you to the next level.
I mean, look what we pay for college, and most people.
I don't even want to talk about those. I don't even want to talk about those numbers. I will say that the things that I paid less for, which are certifications, make me more money. That's just the thing, and I just want to let people know that, and that's why I'm big on coaching people into getting license and certifications, how those steps look. Whatever you want to do, I'm going to pull your inner strength out, and we're going to get to the bottom of what you want to do, not what you have to do because you have to pay bills. What you want to do, because you're going to be more satisfied with what you want to do, and you're going to make more money. Your gifts make room for financial freedom, and that's what I tell each of my coaching clients, because it's made it for me. I'm on paper, right? It has did that for me, and I want to give that transformation to my clients. And so, yeah. So 2 steps where we're at: accredited institution, we're at enroll, and then once you enroll, you got your certification. The next thing you want to do is define who your client is. What type of person you want to attract, and then you start branding off of that. Right? So that they can know what it is that you do, who it is that you want to attract, and how you can help them. All the questions you just asked me. And then the last thing that you pretty much want to do overall after that is go get your clients. That's it. That's 4 simple steps. 4 simple steps to coaching. And if you want to go into like details of that, we can, but I just keep it simple because it ain't that hard. You understand?
So, good segue.
Okay.
Let's talk about branding.
what are your like steps for branding, or how did you start with branding? Like 1 minute you're just Tiara, and now you're Coach Tiara, and it's so hard for a lot of people to just, number one, just say that, right? Because once you say it, it'll start just becoming or whatever. But what were the steps to you branding yourself?
Yes. The steps was this. I started branding myself even before my certification was done. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even before my certification that was done, I had changed all my social medias to Coach. Like, before I even got the accreditations. And my mama was like, you ain't no coach. This is the truth. What you? And I said, no, don't tell me what I'm not, because I am. And that's when I went and got that certification. I was like, okay, I got to take this serious. I'm saying that I'm a coach. My number one rule for anything, just do it. No matter if you, and this is me, I'm being fair. You don't want to do it wrong. No matter if you quote unquote doing it wrong, you're not branding right. As long as you have visibility, right? Just do it. And then you can work out the perfection and the kinks of what you're doing wrong versus right later, but just do it. So for me, here's the thing. I don't get caught up in views, right? I don't get caught up in likes. I don't get caught up in comments. Those are not who I am, because guess what? They see it. As long as they see it, that's branding. As long as they see you, no matter if they comment, like, share, subscribe, that is branding. And just keep doing that. And no matter if you never get one like, that is your brand. It's what you wanted to do. And that's where you get your fulfillment from. And eventually, with consistency, you're going to reach your goal. Does that make sense?
Love it.
Yeah.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
What advice would you give someone that is starting in this industry? Like, maybe something that you did wrong, like, okay, if I was to do this over, I definitely would have did it this way.
This way, yeah. I wouldn't do it alone. So when I first started, I was doing everything by myself, because it's your brand, right? And most of the time you feel like it's not going to get done right unless I do it, right? That's just the truth of it, because people might not see the urgency that you see in your brand. People might not have that same passion that you see in your brand. And so for me, when I first started, that's what made me do it alone, because I had to build my brand up. However, I wouldn't do that. I would immediately start collaborating and partnering with others, however that looked. Here's why. You have more strength in numbers. That's number one. And whatever you're struggling with, the people that you're partnering and collaborating with are able to pick you up. A lot of entrepreneurs lose their motivation, or professionals. Let's keep it real. Student leaders, entrepreneurs, they lose their motivation and they hide because they're sinking from doing it alone. You understand what I'm saying? And so I would definitely off back start partnering. And I had an inkling of that, because I told you initially with that first event for this book, I did that panel. I reached out to real therapists that are licensed from my old university. I went to U of I in Champaign, and then I came back and went to UIC in Chicago. So I do have my master's degree as well. I reached back out to those people like, hey, I'm writing this book and I'm having this event. Can you show up? They showed up for me.
Nice.
They showed up for me and applauded me like, man, you're brave. And from a therapist perspective, they never was my therapist though, right? But from a therapist perspective, they loved that event. They were like, we need this. We need more of this, and you're so brave for even doing this. And so for me, I started off, but I went after that one. I should have kept going. I should have kept reaching out and kept having events. But life happened, right? And so I had to go back to work, to a W-2, because I was trying to do this full time. No real niche. I didn't have a niche. I just wanted to coach.
Importance of a niche.
Very important, because when you're branding, whoever you want to attract got to know that. And that's why the niche is important. It identifies, like an elevator pitch, who you help, what you do, and what are you going to help them with. So I help people struggling with time management, struggling with productivity. Hence, that's where productivity coach came from, because I used to try to brand myself as the life coach guru, but I gotta help thousands of people before I say that. And so I was like, you know what? That's not it, and I changed it, and it's okay. It's okay to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I totally agree with that. You know, starting here and switching the name, switching the niche, switching the direction. You know, as long as you're continuing to go. I agree with everything that you just said.
How did you come up with 10 podcasts? The name.
So I wanted something like catchy. Actually, I wanted I just wanted a cute what's those little light things that glow that
like LED lights?
Okay. I wanted something to be like just cute. You know, nothing too long or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I knew I was gonna have to maybe like have it mean something or whatever. So 10 is the Entrepreneur Newbie. So I was just like, 10, that's just cute. But it also means something. Yeah. So, yeah.
And you're really big on branding. What made you get into branding? That's kind of like your background, right?
I have a master's in marketing.
Okay.
I had 10 years of corporate. I used to take a lot of leadership development classes, and one of the biggest things that I took away was branding. You know, what do people say about you when you're not in the room? So I've always, even just with church, like my grandfather was a pastor, you always just had to behave a certain way. You know, my image was very important to me, and I stand on, you know, who I am. If you meet Davina, you're going to be like, I expected that or even more, but I don't, you know, that's just important to me. And especially with like social media and stuff, like a bad moment can be a bad moment. And that's not what it should be if you're trying to be a professional, you're trying to work with people, whatever. So just taking, I guess, to the next level as far as helping businesses with their brands and my knowledge just with college and everything. And now that's just my jam. Like, okay, let me help you out. Do this, do that,
I love it. And I'm still working on my social media presence. So my little brother, George, saw me before I saw myself. Does that make sense?
He saw you on...
He saw me before I saw myself. Let me explain. Branding wise. Okay, you're writing books. You went to college. You're helping people. Why are you arguing with your cousins online? It don't look right. You have to navigate your socials in a different way. And when he would tell me that, I would go back and forth with him like, I'm still going to be me. I'm tired of, you know, getting
Shout out to George. Shout out to George.
And I didn't get him. But now that I am in a different space and I have grown, I said, wow, this is what George was trying to tell me.
I would never, because I wouldn't want to work with somebody that,
and we don't get it. And I personally feel like our skin, specific, we use it wrong. And so what was happening is I'm surrounded by a community of people using it wrong. I'm starting to use it wrong, even though I know that this is what I want to do. Does that make sense? And so I would take long breaks from social media, 2 years, whatever, and I would go mute because I'm like, I know that this is not how I'm supposed to be using this. And I'm just not getting it. And maybe I'm just being swarmed with seeing a lot of stuff that I shouldn't be seeing. Yeah.
You have, no. Let me tell you how serious this is. One thing I will stand by, you have to change your own algorithms. Like, so me and my husband play about this all the time. He'd be like, did you see that video that, and I'd be like, no. I would never see a video like that. Your algorithms are ghetto, right? So, but it's based on what you like, what you interact with, what you whatever. So, like, if you interact with mess, then you get mess. And sometimes you have to literally start your channel from scratch and only interact with like-minded people or what you want to see, what you want to get more of. You know? Yeah. That's why I don't do little kids and my stuff. No, you can't be on TikTok on my phone. My TikTok needs to have what I want to see. Okay. You know?
That makes sense. So that was my struggle.
Yeah.
And so, but what I will say that did, where I feel like the downside of me shutting it down now I don't have that visibility that I first had.
I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
Because as business owners, you don't get to shut down your social media for 2 years.
Yeah.
I want to shut down my social media. I would love to just go silent for a year, but I don't get to do that.
I did it. And so now it's like almost like I'm rebuilding from scratch, and I am okay with that.
Yeah.
Because maybe it weeded out some things that I didn't need. I will say that I'm getting more like-minded stuff come up, people. However, when I use the term like-minded, right, I don't want people to think just like you, but I want us all to be high-functioning. I do want us to have difference of opinion, because you can teach me something, I can teach you something, and that's how we're growing. Even with my coaching clients, I tell them, do not think I have authority over you. This is not that. I am teaching you, but if you feel comfortable and you want to teach me something, I'm not big-headed like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that makes them feel better. I can receive from you too. This is not just a one receiving end. This is just my career, my profession. However, doesn't mean I can't receive from you, because ultimately I'm trying to help you grow. I hope you standing in my face trying to push me too, and not just trying to be a thorn in my side, or, oh, let me see what this girl really got going on, and challenge me in that level, because you're not there for the right reasons. I really need you to come in with an open heart, open mind, ready to grow. One of the questions I ask my clients is, your heart and your mind at peace? Because I have to know that before I start a conversation. If you tell me no, we're not going to have the meeting. We're going to wait.
Elaborate on that. Because you actually, at the beginning of the conversation, you say you have a phone call and you don't work with everybody. Everybody is not ideal client. So what does that mean?
I got you. When you get on a clarity call with someone and they're not receiving what you're saying, but it's not like in a way that you're like, maybe they just don't understand it. It's a way that they're being a thorn in your side, right? So I'll give an example. I just explained to you what a productivity coach is. You understood it, right? I can tell a not so ideal client that in that same way, and they'll still, well, I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Well, I have my own answers. Well, why are you on the call with me? Does that make sense? Why are you on the call with me then? If you have your own answers, here, I'm going to do you a good one. This is how I handle it. Congratulations. I am so happy that you came up with that answer. I want that for you. So here's what I want you to do. Go put those answers into play. Call me in 2 weeks and let me know how it goes. 2 or 3 weeks and let me know how it has went. I handle it just like that. Because most of the time, if you're on the phone with me and you're telling me you know the answers, that's not true. I don't even know all the answers. I have a coach myself. I am a coach that invests in coaching for that reason. I want to make sure that I'm able to actually bring something to my clients. And I'm not being detrimental to them or just chasing money. I don't chase money. My dad taught me that. Whatever you do, he said, don't chase money. That is not your business. And that helped me. So that's why I'm able to turn some people down, like, you know what?
All money is not good money.
Yeah, I may not get the best of you under this circumstance. I might need to refer you to therapy, or I might need to refer you to another coach that's a little bit more assertive than me, that, you know, because some people need a little bit of, you know, I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? And so when I recognize those signs, I don't just turn them away, though. It's not like cutthroat. I'm not a cutthroat person. I'll still send them. Say if somebody's on the phone with me and they say, you know what, I'm struggling financially. I cannot afford your services. I wouldn't just cut them off, because it's times where I didn't have nothing. And I didn't have nobody to help me. It was just me. I had to go get it, right? So one of my things is go back in the house with more than what you had before you went out. Whether that's money, whether that's knowledge, whatever it is, you need to go back in with more than what you left out, right?
Love that.
So I would still send them. I have a budgeting and savings sheet that I made up that pretty much lays everything out for you. What you got coming in, what you got going out. You're able to customize it if it doesn't fit you. But there's already formulas in there. So when you put your numbers in, you'll realize what your deficits are. If you're not in deficit, you'll realize that too, because then you can start doing other things with your money. I still send that. That's free. That's nothing for me. I built that, so I'm able to send it out free, just like a free downloadable ebook. Everybody don't like to read, so I have audio books. You know, everybody don't want to do a free budget and savings in an Excel spreadsheet. So I might have to talk you through it. Like, whatever the case may be, that's not really a charge for me, because I want people's financial house to be in order. Because you can't receive coaching if you so worried about the bills being due. You know, I'm like, no. I've had people beg me for a payment plan. Baby, no. I don't want you to ever do that to. I tell them that. Don't ever do that to yourself. Take care of your home first. And I'm going to send you these tools. I need them back in 7 days. So here's the thing. Initially, I'm already like, this is not an ideal client. However, I'm not just going to kick you to the curb. I'm still going to send you this free worksheet. Send it back to me in 7 days. That's when I officially know. If you don't send that back to me in 7 days and I'm giving you free game to understand what you really got going on, you're just not. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Yeah.
Just a Virgo man. I'll just watch you the show, girl.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so.
My soulmate client, I will tell you who it is. They like whiteboards. They like whiteboards. It could be a $4 whiteboard. It could be a $50 whiteboard. They're going to have a whiteboard in their home, because where do you usually see whiteboards? If you could think about it.
In the office?
In the office, you see them in schools, you see them in the library. But if somebody got it in their home, that says a lot about them. That's my soulmate client. If I could just give you one simple thing, that's it.
I have a whiteboard in my home. Interesting. Because you need to see everything and like, yeah.
You're a goal setter.
Yeah.
That is my soulmate
Absolutely.
client.
It's all color coordinated in little boxes of just different categories.
Even if you don't use it effectively, the fact that you have it in your home, you're my client.
Cool. Okay, so you said you mentioned is your mind and your heart clear when you start at peace. I think that is a perfect segue to talk about your what is it, retreat?
Okay. I didn't even think you was going there, but I like it.
Yeah. So you have this self-care retreat, right?
Absolutely.
What inspired this? How did this come about? Let us know what this is.
Yes. I go to retreats. I am an avid retreat goer because I do believe in the power of networking outside of your community. Number one, I believe in the power of self-care. And if you're someone like me and you're struggling to get that in your own community, you do go outside to look for it. That's just the truth.
Actually never been to a retreat.
I've been to a lot.
Okay, so what happens? Because it's so funny you say that with the, like, if you can't get it from your community, you have to go outside. And I've been seeking just more. So, okay, go ahead. I'm going to let you finish.
So, being an advocate for retreats and participating in them, I'm like, I want to do my own retreat. I feel like I will really be effective at it. That's number one. I would really, really help some people because I want them to catch what I caught when I went on these retreats. And so, a lot of the times, if you're not in church, right? I don't know, do your church do retreats? You're a church goer.
I am a church goer, but
y'all haven't done any.
You know, if I could be honest, I am a go for the word and leave church goer.
Okay.
So
they
probably do.
I'm
just not their friend.
I got you. So a lot of the times, if you're not in church or if you're not Southern, it's big in the South. The South, they do retreats. Houston, I have friends in Memphis. you're not a Southern Belle, or if you're not in church, you really don't have exposure. That's something that I wanted to bring to Chicago. We have so much gun violence. We have so much rapping and comedy. We have all these things, but what about a retreat that really helps you think, right? So really it's going to help you grow, really get you out of that comfort zone where you're not just sitting on the couch popping bottles and wasting thousands of dollars on that. And so I tell myself like this, when a person goes into Gucci to buy a Gucci bag, or a person goes into Louis, buy a Louis bag, do they ask for a payment plan? Or do they bag?
They just buy it.
They just bag. You bag into somebody else's brand. Pour that into you.
So what happens at the retreat?
Yes. So at the retreat, we are going to have all that though. We're going to have comedy. We're going to have spa. So you're going to have hair, nails, massages. All of that's going to be going on. We also have 5 impactful laser-focused workshops where it's going to be about financial realness. We're going to have a spirituality workshop. We're going to have a Minecraft workshop where it shifts your mindset and puts your thinking into a different perspective. We're going to have a fitness workshop and a mental health workshop. And so you'll get to choose between those 5 from highly impactful and paid certified coaches. We'll also have vendors there. So if you are a vendor, we are actually still looking for vendors and affiliates as well. Right now I have a team of, it's 5 of us, but 3 for real. And so that's where, we do want the affiliates to come in, but that's it. That's the retreat. And then on top of that, we are going to have some exclusivities for the different packages, and you'll be able to see that. Okay, what's the difference in the packages and all of those type of things. And then we are aligning skiing with that. And so if you've never been skiing, I don't know about you, but I've never been skiing. I want to put on my cute ski outfit and go skiing, not just take the picture. Some people might just want to take the picture. So skiing is a part of that if you have never experienced that. And I know a lot of us from Chicago, even though we live in the cold, we've never skied before. So how does it look for Black professionals to go skiing? And so that's the retreat in a nutshell. But
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna have a private chef, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So when is the retreat?
The retreat is December 12th through the 14th, 2025. And I will tell you this, it is on fire. People love the home that we chose for this retreat. It's definitely giving retreat luxury vibes. We are going down by Sprinter van. So your transportation is also included in your package, so you don't have to worry about that. And deposits are coming in.
So here's the big question.
Okay, deposits are definitely coming in that game. I'm like, yes, God, yes.
Here's the big question.
What's up?
Can 10 listeners get a 10% discount?
You know what? 10 listeners can get a better discount. Right now on Eventbrite, I do have a 2-for-1 special, and that is on the VIP package only.
Okay.
It's definitely a 2-for-1 special. So yes, 10 guests can get that.
See, I'll be looking out for y'all. No, that actually sounds very, very amazing. If I knew that was going on the retreats, I would have been going to the retreats.
Baby, it's a lot to go on in the retreats that can help. So I went to one with Deandra Johnson, the gospel singer, and she brought her whole family, and it was at least over 70 of us there. And I'm like, wow, you don't see this no more. You kind of reminded me of like Nipsey Hussle, like, you are a celebrity gospel artist, but you're still able to navigate with normal people like me, and you bringing your family in. That's not normal. And I made some great, phenomenal relationships out of that. That was 4 years ago. I went to retreats with my church, and then some of the people that was at that retreat have retreats, so I went to theirs. And so the gift just keep on giving.
No, I'm not for a retreat, girl. I actually got a retreat that I'm going to in April, and I guess I have yours in December. Okay, we're retreat.
Let's go.
I like that. That's cute.
Baby, we getting to the goals.
And we talk business. It's a tax write-off.
What? Let's go.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so we'll have more information about the retreat in the notes and the links and everything about that. So let's play a game.
Okay. I'm ready.
At Forever Secure, we believe life insurance isn't just about preparing for the unexpected. It's about living for today. With our specialized living benefit policies, life insurance becomes a tool for empowering our dreams. Whether it's helping you access cash for medical emergencies, funding your child's education, or jumpstarting that business you've always envisioned, your policy works for you while you're still here to enjoy it. Our expert brokers are here to help you unlock the full potential of your coverage. From accelerating benefits for critical illness to supplementing your retirement income, we ensure that the plan fits your life, not the other way around. It's not just about security, it's about freedom. Freedom to live boldly, plan confidently, and protect the ones you love the most. Forever Secure Life Insurance. Protection today, freedom tomorrow. Contact to learn how we can help you live your best life.
This is called This and That.
Okay.
The questions will be about productivity,
Okay.
self-care,
Okay.
coaching, and entrepreneurship.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
All right. Would you rather have unlimited energy or unlimited time?
Unlimited time.
Okay. Would you rather work 4 hours a day with complete focus or 8 hours with frequent breaks?
4 hours with complete focus for sure.
Why?
Because you get more done in less time. For sure. 4 hours complete. Because you get the rest of your 4 hours free. Because you just did all this productivity.
I totally agree.
I got you.
Come on, productivity. That's a lot. Okay. Would you rather automate everything in your business or delegate everything to a team?
That's a tough one, man. I'm gonna say delegate. I think delegation is automation can come off as not authentic. You're just throwing automatic stuff in people's face, but when you're actually delegating, you actually have to talk to people, and it's more personal. So I'm gonna say delegation.
Okay. Would you rather tackle your hardest task first or save it to the end of the day?
Hardest task first.
There's this book called Eat That Frog or something like that. And they talk about you should do the hardest thing in your day first and just get it over.
Wow. I got you. Send me that book. Drop that in the links too because I like stuff like that. I'm gonna go listen to the audio book real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's supposed to be really good.
Okay.
Okay. Self-care. Would you rather take a 30-minute power nap or a 2-hour self-care break?
2-hour self-care break.
Okay. Would you rather plan or schedule every minute of your day or leave room to be spontaneous?
I like to plan my
I
day.
already knew that answer. I'm like, she's not a real Virgo, as she say.
I mean, spontaneous is important too,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're talking about a day, like, I would rather plan my day and be spontaneous here and there.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
1,000%.
Okay.
Would you rather start your day with meditation or an intense workout?
Oh, that's a little bit of both.
You gotta pick one.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna say an intense workout.
Okay. Do you meditate?
I do meditate.
Okay.
I meditate and I pray.
Okay.
Yes. I used to go from like not being able to super focus in meditation because you're super silent with yourself. To getting up to 15 minutes. That's big.
I've heard.
That's big.
I don't even think I could probably do a minute.
Yeah. It takes time. You gotta keep practicing.
You know what? I don't like silence. So I like the guided meditations.
Yeah.
Or like first when I'm trying to go to sleep.
No, you gotta do that.
Talk
thing.
you through going to sleep.
I'm gonna prophesy. I like prophesy to you right now. I want you to do a 5-minute silent meditation. You got beanbags in your house or anything like a comfy, cozy space, a prayer closet, or
I got a
something?
cozy
space. Okay, I want you to go in that space, and for 5 minutes, in silence. This is the kids got to be gone. The husband got to, be put to bed in whatever way. 5 minutes in silence. I want you to envision everything that you want to see for 10 podcasts this year.
So you see how you just heavy step back. I'm like, Okay.
10 podcasts, you should be able to do that for 5 minutes, nothing. You're going to have a phenomenal, it's going to open your meditation.
Come on.
Come on, meditation.
I receive that. Okay.
Like from the colors to the people to the travel, everything.
So
you
that's
see.
what you do when you meditate. You manifest
And
what you
visualize.
visualize.
It's like a meditation is kind of like your mind vision board. What does your mind see? What does it hear? What does it feel? Everything in a silent moment. What do you envision for 10?
So coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather coach a group of 50 new entrepreneurs or one high-profile CEO?
50 entrepreneurs.
Why?
Because that one profile CEO probably would be a thorn in my side.
You ain't never lied.
I'm just being honest. 50 because guess what? They are new, they are intuitive, and they are ready to learn. That
Yes.
CEO gonna know everything.
Yes.
And he gonna make me work a little bit harder.
Mhm.
Have you ever watched Billions?
No.
Oh God,
What
you
is
gotta
it
watch
on?
Billions. I think I watched it on either Apple TV. Don't quote me on that.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah, but I have stream services. I'm old school. I don't even have cable. I'm
a streamer too.
Okay, so just type in Billions and you'll see what I mean. This
Okay.
guy was a CEO and he had a lot of trust issues. But this lady actually was in therapist/coach role. But yeah, watch that. And you'll understand why I said that.
I love shows like that. Okay, this is a good one. Says you're both. Would you rather write a best-selling book or host a sold-out retreat?
A sold out retreat.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because my book can only read so much, even though it's sold out. Everybody gonna read. But having those people in that physical space, man, that's impactful. I'm a very personable interpersonal person.
I see that.
I gotta get you. I provide service. That's the one thing that I apply myself on. I'm not gonna have you come somewhere and it's not gonna have service involved. Like you're gonna feel great. You're gonna have a phenomenal experience, and you're gonna experience something, a aha moment that changes your life.
Nice.
I do it. And like,
do it.
if you talk to, I said I was gonna start having my clients put reviews on my social media because I actually don't have a review on my website because I just like things to be clean. But that's coming. Like all of that is coming.
I'll be your first review.
Okay.
Because I've gotten some tips today already.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
they were free.
Thank you. Look, sometimes free, free gets you where you need to be, but hey.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down to entrepreneur.
Okay.
Would you rather focus on growing your personal brand or expanding your business team?
Business team.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm big on team. I told you that in the beginning.
You did say that.
Like, I started off by myself and it made it so much hard. I'm big on team. I need to find other leaders. That's it. That's the goal. I need to find other leaders so we can get this done. That's it.
Nice. Would you rather attend a networking event with potential clients or a workshop to improve your skills?
A networking event with potential clients. I really care.
So is the workshop the same as the coaching, or is that separate?
No, the workshops are in group.
Oh, okay.
So I'm capable of doing group workshops.
Okay.
One-on-one coaching, which I'm steering away from that. I want to get into more of the workshop and the group coaching.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
With the group coaching, with the group workshops, is it something that even if we have different things going on, we all can use the same tools and tips?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I can give you a sneak peek more into that behind the scenes, but yes, like I'm able to take a group of professionals, different backgrounds, don't even have to be in the same background, and coach them through my workshops, because overall, with any potential client, there are certain underlying things that need to be solved that are similar. So say, for example, no matter if you're a real estate agent, no matter if you're a lawyer, no matter if you do hair, you may be struggling with what? I want you to guess. It involves schedule.
Productivity.
Time management.
Mm-hmm.
Time management, maybe.
Anybody can learn that.
Anybody can learn
right, regardless of what you're doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there are specific tools that I use for that. So yes, I can. And it's not just time management, but it's other things. Would you say all of those individuals from different backgrounds want to grow?
Mm-hmm.
So there are specific things that yes, in the group you can coach.
Okay.
And they can get something out of it.
Okay, so group classes, group workshops, one-on-one coaching, retreat host, and author. Okay, so before we wrap up, let's talk about these books.
Yes. So we already kind of talked about Little Girl Sit on a Man's Lap. That was my first initial book. And then we have Yam. So Yam, so let's get into the Yam era. This is before everybody started hollering out Yam era that I came out with this book. So I was a vegan and vegetarian, and I pretty much wrote the recipes and like what I was cooking during that time out, because a lot of people would poke at me for being a vegan and vegetarian. They'll try to like throw meat in my face, or they'll choose restaurants if I was going out with groups that, you know, they were like, oh, well, what are you gonna eat? Since you know, it was a lot of that little tacky stuff. And so that's why this book came about. Like, I wrote a book to let you know what it is that I eat as a vegan/vegetarian. I was more vegetarian based than vegan based because I still liked honey, I still like milk and stuff like that. And so I wrote that out. I am no longer that. However, I do want to still highlight this book because that was a journey for me. So I'm revamping. I'm actually revamping both of these books because I'm capable of doing that. I am a self-published author. So I'm revamping both of these, and then I have 2 new books come out, and I've already gave my people, my clients and my people, like sneak peeks of that. So one is going to be the productivity coach. So I will go into more detail outside of that downloadable ebook about how I became a coach, my experience, what I've learned and gained as a coach. That's going to be in that book. Expect that around September 2025. And then my other book that I actually have been working on for about 2 or 3 years now, and just I wasn't feeling it. It's called Patchwork. So if you think about, you know, a property and, you know, a construction worker, demolition, or whoever that comes in to fix up this property, sometimes they're patching up stuff because they're trying to save the good stuff, like, you know, and that's what patchwork is with my own life. So I'm patching up things behind Little Girl Never Sit on a Man's Lap, those relationships that I was struggling with. I have grown to the point where I've patched those up. So I talk about that. I talk about purchasing my first property at 32 in patchwork. I talk about, you know, catty conversations, like workplace experiences that I had as a Black professional with people that did not look like me, and how to overcome that, right? I don't want to just give you the junk. I want to give you what I actually did, the transformation. And so all of that is inside of Patchwork. In my experience during COVID-19 and all of those things. So Patchwork, the cover, oh, people just love that cover. Like, it's going to blow you away. But yeah, so Patchwork, let me correct myself too. Patchwork, September 2025.
Okay. Birthday lunch?
Yes. The productivity coach, I said I want to be done with that one by July. So I finished this book July of 2019. So it'll be exactly 5 years this July that I'll be dropping my 3rd book. So that's a flip-flop. So it's actually the productivity coach first, and then Patchwork. Just my experience with coaching, what I received from tapping into these new networks with people and things like that. That's what the productivity coach is going to be about. So yeah,
that's good.
I'll have 4 books published books by the end of 2025.
Where can people follow you? Where can people find you? How can they stay connected with you?
Absolutely. Number one, they can stay connected with me through you, right?
Absolutely.
10 Podcast, that's the number one connection, okay? Definitely an in-person person. But my social medias, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, those are all at Life by Shift.
Okay. Life
by Shift. And why I named it that is because that is what I want my clients to do. Catch that brand. I named my social medias based on what I see and what I want my clients to do. The destination. Life by Shift. And then my Facebook and my LinkedIn are just my name, Tiara Beecham.
Okay.
Because you can't have something like Life by Shift. You know, I had to confirm my identity because Meta B ain't know you. Meta B hate. So I can't have the productivity. Like, I have to have my real name. So I'm definitely
going to do a business page on.
My LinkedIn and my Facebook is just my name, Tiara Beecham.
Okay.
So that's how you find me. And then my website is breakthroughblueprint.org. Yes, I have a .org. And so you can definitely connect with me through that. And then my business number is 630-570-0516. That is my business number.
Okay,
so,
we are connected.
Let's catch it.
Okay, so it has been such a pleasure talking to you. You have given us so many just jewels and wisdom or whatever. Do you have any final words for just any upcoming entrepreneurs, someone that just may still be in it? What you got for us? Final wisdom.
The final wisdom is never give up. Embrace everything that you are going to go through as an entrepreneur. Nobody's perfect. Nobody tells you the struggles where some days you may not be making money, but you still have that hope. Keep your hope. Never give up. Like, those are
Coach T, everybody.
Yay!
If you received any type of value, please do me a favor and like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe so you'll be informed when other fabulous coaches and entrepreneurs like Tiara comes on. And that's it. We'll see you guys next week.
Woo-hoo. I'm definitely rooting for 10 and I will be watching.
Thank you.
Cheers.